it time for companies in Germany to stop requesting a photo from job applicants? Here's what I'm thinking. Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking. Hey everyone, Dana here. Right about a year ago, in February of last year, I put out a video about office differences in Germany and the USA. I mentioned office coffee culture, holiday parties, even the difference in paper preferences between the two countries, and also the fact that upon moving to Germany, I quickly learned that here in Germany, it is common practice for companies to request a photo when sending in a job application. Coming from the US, where a photo is very much not a standard part of the job application process, for the very reason that it could lead to discrimination, I was really pretty shocked when I found out that it wasn't just like, one or two companies that I applied to here in Germany who asked for me to send in a photo with my CV, but a lot of them. Applications for office jobs, for example, requesting that I send in a photo of myself with my CV so that they can see what I look like before they even meet me. To me, this just seems like such a glaringly obvious potential source of discrimination and introduction of bias. Possibly deliberate discrimination and bias, but I'm also thinking about relatively unconscious, unintentional discrimination and bias here as well. I mean, we as humans, we have biases. All of us, all humans. We are not like this perfectly impartial decision-making machines. No, that is not us as humans. We have biases. And there are already so many things about the application process that introduce the potential for discrimination and bias, conscious or unconscious. I just feel like, why add to it with a photo? To me, this just seems like such an easy thing to remove. Just stop asking people to send a photo in with their job application and boom, a huge potential for discrimination and bias introduction removed. Actually, because it's such a common practice here in Germany at this point, maybe it would be a good idea for companies to actually go ahead and say something like, no need to include a photo, or don't include a photo with your resume or CV or something like that to make it clear. Some people might say, but what if I sit down and I really make sure that I'm aware of all my biases, and then I actively work at not letting my biases influence my decision-making at all? Then can I ask for a photo? And I would actually answer that question with a question back. Why? Why is it important to you to see a photo of the person applying for the job? Why is it so important to see what they look like before reading their cover letter, before looking over their resume, before thinking about the work experience that they've had, or looking over their work samples, Why do you want to see a photo of the person before meeting them in person, if not to form some kind of pre-analysis of the person based on how they look in the photo, which is exactly what we're trying to get away from by not including a photo. Do you have a different take on this or something else to add here? Please let me know down in the comments. Some people might also say, but the job applicant is going to be seen at the interview anyway. Yes, that's true, but I would say that at least if the applicant is not asked to send in a photo with their application, then at least the person or people doing the interviewing would first read over the applicant's resume, read over the cover letter, maybe look at the work samples if that's applicable, look at the applicant's work history, and form the first thoughts about if this person would be right for the job based on what the person has done, the accomplishments, the work experience, that kind of thing. And some people might argue that photos are not actually a mandatory part of the application process in Germany, but rather just a requested part. So it's an optional thing that people could simply decline to send if they didn't want to. And to that I would say, just the fact that the company asks is already a bit of a problem. Simply by being asked to include a photo, that could cause people to feel pressured into sending a photo whether they really wanted to or not. You know, you're applying for a job, so you want to make a good impression on the person doing the hiring, right? So you'd like to include everything that's been asked of you. And what if there's just one applicant who doesn't include a photo, but everyone else applying for the job does? That in and of itself could lead to bias against the applicant because, you know, everyone else sent in a photo except for them. Would you feel pressured into including a photo if a company requested it or listed it as optional on a job application? Please let me know in the comments. Perhaps a big reason why many hiring managers and companies in Germany keep asking for a photo with the job applications is because that's simply how it's been done in the past, and so that's simply how it's still being done now. But I would say right now is as good a time as any to rethink the job application process in Germany, in particular, dropping the request for a photo and letting applicants make their first impressions based on work experience, projects, cover letter, resume, CV, that kind of thing. So my question for you is, do you think companies in Germany should stop requesting a photo from job applicants? What has been your experience with this? What's your take on this? What is the interview process like in other countries around the world? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe thinking about giving a like with the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos on Mondays. Monday afternoon, that's when we're putting videos out at the moment. I have heard from people that videos don't always show up in your subscription feed, so keep an eye out for new videos on Monday afternoons, and you can also hit that little bell icon so that you get a notification when I put a new video out. There's some more fun stuff down here, some other videos over there. A really big thank you so much to our patrons who support us on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.